After the prayer this morning, we'll sit in meditation and then sing Spirit of Life. For the prayer this morning, I'd like to read from the Quaker tradition the words of Isaac Pennington. Give over thine own willing, give over thine own running, give over thine own desiring to know or be anything, and sink down to the seed which God sows in the heart, and let that grow in thee and be in thee and breathe in thee and act in thee. And thou shalt find by sweet experience that the Lord knows that and loves and owns that, and will lead it to the inheritance of life, which is its portion. The reading this morning is an abbreviated Declaration of Independence. Good thing, huh? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And then the document lists many injuries incurred by the King of England. He has refused, he has forbidden, he has dissolved, he has prevented, he has obstructed, he has taxed, he has plundered, on and on. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress, but received only more injury. We therefore solemnly pledge and declare, publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of right ought to be, free and independent states. So as Jane said, my name is Ellen Anthony. I've been a member here for 2 years, and I'm grateful to have the opportunity to explore independence with you today. In 2 days, the 4th of July parade will come floating down Commercial Street right in front of the church. And in this very harbor in 1620, the first immigrants drew up the Mayflower Compact and pledged to each other interdependence. Then in 1776, the founders wrote the Declaration of Independence. Today, in this sanctuary where we encourage each other in our spiritual search for truth and meaning, I would like to focus on the in part of independence. What is it that we depend on inside ourselves? What's our declaration of independence like? It's also what I know best. And I know that if I don't do the inner work of moving toward independence, then change doesn't happen. So for everyone in the congregation today, I imagine there have been big and small turning points around revelations in your life. Moments that were so impressive and perhaps so distressive that they confronted you with change. One of my biggest ones happened in 1994. I'd been living with my partner for 3 years, and we decided to get married. And we went through the Quaker clearness process in my church on Cape Cod, and finally got approval and set a date. And 3 weeks before the wedding, my intended called from Maine and said that she was with someone else now. So this was a surprise. And in that moment, I felt like I could either implode or really break open. Like, what else have I missed here? What other bit of reality has slipped through my fingers? And there's a move in Qigong, one of the many wonderful meditation and martial arts available to us these days. It's a move from Qigong, and it goes like this. Opening the heart to what is. So I was in the midst of doing that. I really wanted to recalibrate my sense of reality because I was not going to go there again. And so I went up to all my friends, even strangers, said, what do you depend on inside yourself? Where's your real foundation? What do you do when you're all messed up? When the earth is just gone under your feet? And I got lots of answers. That's the beauty of crises and open-heartedness, is people are as open with you as you are with them. And I got, try Reiki, go to this meeting, prayer, therapy. And one person said, would you like to come chanting? So I went to this Siddha Yoga group in Orleans, and there on the video screen was this Indian woman wearing red, singing Sanskrit syllables. I sat down, and it was call and response, so I was hearing and giving, and hearing and giving. And this flood of energy came up inside me. It was as if my core, which had been shattered, was completely reconstituting itself from the inside out. And in that moment, I had a new understanding of where love comes from, where happiness comes from, and all my chasing ended. Because I had it. It was just here, full, like nobody else to find but me. So as with any new understanding, integrating that takes a while, and I began to do all this studying and prayer and spiritual practices and journaling. And each year, my teacher, Guru Mai Chidvilasananda, gives us a teaching. So in 2001, the teaching was, approach the present with your heart's consent. Make it a blessed event. Approach the present with your heart's consent. Make it a blessed event. So I began to look inside myself and check for what exactly had been my approach. What was my approach now? What would I like my approach to be? Am I in the present right now? Are my stories usually about the past? Are my stories usually about what I hope is going to happen next? Am I in the present? And what does heart's consent mean? What would my heart consent to if I checked in on it? Do I ever give my full heart's consent? So actually, I worked with that a little for this sermon too, because as resistance or trepidation arose, I said, no. Full heart's consent. And as with any time that you're changing your belief system, the old stuff arises to be challenged. So one of my old stuff was, doesn't anybody care about me? Couldn't somebody else make me happy? And, I'd known for decades the answer was no, 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 but that question still, the whining still occurred. So one morning I got up and met that question and said, go ahead, make yourself happy today. And like all the critics, just scattered. And I started making a head. This kind of looks like a croissant, really. I'd always liked puppets and never let myself go anywhere near them because that's baby stuff, right? So I made the head, then I made this body, and then I made some legs, and then they were really stiff. They were full of sand, so I emptied out half the sand, and then I looked up, well, how do you string things up if you're making a marionette? And I just sort of experimented with, well, which parts do I want to move and how? And in time, this guy came alive. Hit it, Dan. Sorry, I can't go. We just don't. Some other time. And then, it was as if this stuff was just hanging out until I got to age 47 and let them all out. So the next person to arrive on the scene was someone you may recognize from The Sound of Music. The dog bites, in the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so sad. Let me out of here. Let me out of here. Oh, I said, is it hot in here or what? Where am I? Listen, my shoes are too tight. And what's the dew point anyway? It's miserable out. Yeah, you're my kind of guy in the back row there. What was all that howling? And what's the talk about independence? If you ask me, I'm independent pants. Yeah, well, don't listen to her. I'm talking reality here. Besides, church? I'm in a church? Oh, God. Oh, pardon me. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean any of that. No, no, no. But, I don't need a church. I've got a church. Yeah. Complain, complain, complain. That's my church. Yeah. How about you? Gloom and doom
and pass it around the room. Yeah, that's another kind of religion. Yeah, well, I say poppycock. Yeah. Well, I'm not supposed to, like, sit here blathering on. I said to let me out of here, but I was just because I was too hot, for heaven's sakes. Take us over to your mystery guest, would you? What's under that one? Oh. Well, yeah, so if you let the critics out and you give them like a body, then you can actually talk to your critics. So one person I had to invite, since we're talking independence, is Jeanne d'Arc. Oui, c'est moi. Perhaps you do not recognize me? Joan of Arc. You have not heard of me? What is wrong with the school system around here? Joan of Arc, Joan of Arc, Joan of Arc. Indépendance, oui, c'est moi. Well, it was not always this way. No, no, no. I was just a teenager in the field working with my scythe, scything the wheat day after day. Hard work in the field, no? Oui. And then one day, I'm scything, and all of a sudden, I hear a voice. What it is? Who are you? The voice, it was saying crazy things like, Joan, you must save France. What? I must save France. I am just a little girl, 16 years old. What, you are kidding me? Give me a break. Well, no time at all. They gave me a haircut, the armor. Yes, it's homemade. It's a olive oil can. You can see. Yeah. Well, I see we're almost running out of time, so quickly now, sing with me my favorite song, which is about courage. It goes like this. I sing once, then you sing. I can, I can, I can. You can. No, 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 no. All the way through I sing. Give me a break. I can, I can, I can. You can, you can, you can. Whenever I think I can't, I think of my favorite tin can. And then I sing with all my heart. We can, we can, we can. You got it? It goes from I to you to we, just like you know how we do things around here, we? Okay. I can, I can, I can. You can, you can, you can. Whenever I think I can't, you have to tap your heart. Come on, come on. No, 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 I'm not ending. You have to, this part of the song. Whenever I think I can't, I think of my favorite tin can. And then I sing with all my heart. We can, we can, we can. Ah oui, magnifique. So I hope by now it's abundantly clear that the Unitarian Universalist Meeting House should not be held accountable for anything you've seen or heard here, and that your inner work toward independence perhaps may not involve a circus. On the other hand, if you don't go in, the out stays as it is.